So, Man United 3, Leicester nil. This was a perfect game. I don't care what anybody says. This game had all the elements that we wanted. What did we want? When the game started, we wanted 3 points. Why? Because it's Ruud's last game. It does not matter how we play because under Amorim, things are going to change. And what we saw today was that the team delivered. And guess what? I would say there was a good 7 or 8 or even 9 players on the team who played outstanding today. And I'm being really serious. They actually performed, maybe not to the extent that we'd like them to. They can maybe go a little higher in performance levels. However, what I will not discount from today's performance is that they actually put in a performance. How they all played to each of their roles. Now, if I was to point out who were the best players in today's match, you know who I would say? Number 1, Amad Diallo. This guy, he's actually even better than I thought he was. And I thought he was great. I thought he was excellent. But he's even better than that because guess what? One thing I did not know about Amad was how good his pressing is, how intense his press was, and how good and how effective he is on winning the ball back. Because let's take the PAOK game the other day. He was able to win the ball off the defender and then he went on to score the second goal. Same way, in today's game, he won the ball when the odds were against him and he was in on goal. So this shows me Amad has a different dimension to the game. Anybody who told me that Amad was not playing because he wasn't tracking back, well, what about now? And player number 2 is actually Manuel Ugarte. And yes, I was wrong. I would say for this player, I was wrong. I maybe judged him a little too early. But here's what. If you watch Ugarte just like that, if you watch him as you would watch every other player, you're going to probably say he has bad games and he is a bad player. But I want you, the next time that you're watching United, I want you to watch him in particular. At least as much as you can. And you will observe that Ugarte does his job to the best of his abilities. And what is his job? His job is to destroy so that Casemiro can take it forward, so that Bruno can take the ball forward. They are the progressors, not Ugarte. The problem that we had many times before is that the midfield was vacant. Today's game showed me that Ugarte-Casemiro combo works to a peach. Even Casemiro, he was outstanding today as well. So the midfield is working, and when you see the midfield working, that is when the rest of the team performs as well. The way he breaks down the opposition's midfield is absolutely outstanding. And even in the second half, I don't know where it came from, but he got a new lease of life where he was actually nailing tricks, he was nailing passes as well, and he was being way more effective. Today, I would even put Ugarte at second place for my man of the match. Third place, and this is a player who I've seen has improved much more since Ten Hag left. I think he's controlled his play way more. And who is this? That's our captain, Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, you guys have heard me on this channel slate Bruno again and again and again. But when he performs, I will give credit to him. You know why? It's not about his goal. It's not about the 2 goals he could have had. It's the fact that he's actually controlling himself. He's not playing those Hollywood passes as much. Right now, he is taking the ball when needed and only when necessary is he crossing. Otherwise, he's playing it short, he's playing it to other players. Yes, he still has the element of, I'm trying to launch the ball. But guess what? I'm not opposed to it. I was never opposed to the idea of Bruno trying to launch balls in quick. But my problem is when you keep doing it again and again when there is no option available. However, this time, maybe it's just the fact that he had Amad on the right. Somebody who will support him. And Bruno has improved. In the last 4 games I've seen, Bruno has improved. And I'm just hoping that when Amorim steps in, he performs the exact same way. That he can control play. Because if this is the Bruno I'm going to see from now on, I'm on board. Let Bruno start. This Bruno, I would actually even consider playing him in an Amorim system, wherever that may be. I would personally put him on the left wing back spot. Because why? He has an engine and he can now cross and he can control play. He's reasonably technical. He's not too astute technically, but I think if you can introduce Amorim's system and put Bruno in the right spot, I think he could do the left wing back spot perfectly. And Onana is another player. Again, I might have slightly underestimated you once again. He has been back to his normal best. Because yes, he had shaky games against Twente and Tottenham, but just like Casemiro, who had a bad game against Liverpool. Apart from that, both of them have been flawless. And Onana, in fact, today, he saved us. That one-on-one would have been a goal had Onana not stepped in at the right time. And this I will give him credit for. I think if we can give him enough time, he could be the keeper that saves us. Yes, I understand. He will have his negative moments. He will have moments where we're going to think, what the hell are you thinking? What are you trying to do there? You could have done something better. You could have done something more controlled. You could have handled the ball better. But no. And guys, this will happen. It's the same thing I say with De Ligt. De Ligt is an amazing signing. However, we will see moments where he will score own goals. Moments where he will mess up. Why? Because that's just part of his game. It's not because he's a bad defender, but with the recklessness comes some mistakes. But all you have to do with these kind of players is that you take their mistakes on board, but then you see that they are net positive. And that is the case with both Onana and De Ligt, and even Casemiro, who in the midfield with Ugarte has been bossing it. Let's be honest. This season, apart from the Liverpool game, he has been a level apart. And that is all we can ask for from players. Like, that is what you want to see them deliver. I know Rashford was taken off today, but I've also seen an improvement in him. But you know what? In fact, I feel sorry for him. You know what it is? As much as I'm not a Rashford fan, in fact, I do not like Rashford much. But one thing I've seen this season is that he's actually trying to change. And he's not trying to be the same player he was all those years back. Because forget all those years ago. Even last season, he was a totally different player to what he is trying to be this season. But unfortunately, the time has passed him. He should have done all this work a few years back, and he would have maybe been able to change as a player. But now it's too late. Now, all the habits that he set inside him are now normal. And now Rashford is going to remain at this level, unfortunately, forever. But I do appreciate the initiative that he's taking to try to change his game completely, because now he's putting in way more crosses. He's looking for his man way more than just being selfish, instead of being a selfish striker. And that is something I will always commend. Whether they can do it or not, if you try to change your style of play, like Bruno, I feel, well, it's only a small sample size, but from what I've seen, Bruno is trying to change his game. I appreciate that. Rashford is trying to change his game. I appreciate that. But obviously, this honeymoon period is only going to last a short period of time. What you have to do next is you have to make that your new playstyle. And if you can make that your new playstyle, then I'm on board with you, regardless of who you are. And before I forget, also, we have to point him out, it's just becoming a normality at this moment. Mazraoui is just outstanding, isn't he? He's just a class apart. Like, I still cannot believe, I know I say this every week, I can't believe we got him for just 12 million. Mazraoui, the right back, not even right back, the left back today, a normal right back who's playing left back, and he's still outstanding. Tell me how many players can do that. You tell me, how many players do you think can actually do that? This tells you the level Mazraoui is operating at. It's not normal. Mazraoui is special. And guys, we have to take that on board. We have to acknowledge Mazraoui is a level apart and give him credit for what he's doing. He is the best signing of our summer. Yes, I would say generally we have had a good success rate with the summer, but Mazraoui is just levels apart from everybody else. And we want to see more Mazraoui signings. We want to see signings which initially might seem left field, but when they come to the team, we realize they were that level apart. Why did we not realize this earlier? Now, those are the positives. 3-0 win, amazing result, and also most of the players played amazing. Again, I say most of the players. Why? Yes, this was a very good game, but this is going to be a short segment, but I have to say, yes, he scored a goal, but Garnacho was absolutely useless today. Yes, people are going to say, he scored, what more do you want? Don't you want the team to win? Don't you want the team to score goals? Yes, but if you are going to tell me Garnacho had a good game just because he scored the goal, we view football very differently then unfortunately, you're not going to agree with what I'm going to say after this, so you might as well just tune off. Well, the thing is, Garnacho was not, and I repeat, he was bundling over with the ball. Every single time that he got the ball, right, he was trying to take on his man and then he bundles over. Like he embarrassed himself. You tell me which winger in the Premier League bundles over as many times as Garnacho does. And remember when I said that he's the worst Premier League winger in history? Yeah, I stick by that. This game has reinforced that opinion. In fact, now I'm sure he's the worst Premier League winger of all time. You know why? Because this guy, he's number one, he's overhyped way too much by this fan base. And everybody who's still backing Garnacho, you're going to see, maybe not this month, maybe not the next month, maybe not in a year, but you will see one day when he's going to turn back on you, right? All the trust that you put in, it's going to be amounting to nothing. One day when he leaves the club, when he leaves for a smaller, inferior club, when you realize that he was not actually as good as you thought he was, that day, everybody's going to come back and say, yep, you were right. And the second thing I said about Garnacho, why I cannot stand him, is that he's arrogant. But there's nothing wrong with arrogance, right? Because you need arrogance to succeed as a player. Yes, agree. But the difference is, you can be arrogant if you're good enough. Like, whether you like him or not, Ronaldo was an arrogant person. However, he delivered, didn't he? He scored all these goals and he had a major impact at every club he's been at. There, I can say arrogance works. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, same thing. Arrogant, but he made it count wherever he was. But in the case of Garnacho, I see a player who's not even willing to take criticism. When posed with suggestions to improve your game, you bite back at the fans and you dismiss their opinion. It's fine to say that, okay, he's a professional footballer and other people don't know much about the game. That's all fine. But when it comes to the fact that you're not performing at that level, when you think you are above the level that you're at, and you don't want to improve, because the worst thing you can do as a human being is that you hear some advice that could actually be useful for you and then you don't take it on board. Because why? Because who the hell is he to give me advice? And then you just ignore it completely. And that is what Garnacho is doing. I can tell that even if Ronaldo was here for long enough, if he told Garnacho he was not good at this, he was not good at that, he was not good at that, as much as he's his idol and all that, he would not take that on board. Why? Because he's an arrogant guy. If a player delivers, you can be as arrogant as you like. The name of the game is results and delivering. But it's not only delivering, you know. Where does the difference come? You can score, you can assist. But why do we all watch football? Why do you watch football? Why do I watch football? Why does the guy next door watch football? We watch it so that we can be entertained. And if we want to be entertained, we want to see not just a winger picking it up and dashing across the field, but then when it actually counts, when you actually have to make the decision, you mess up and then you scam a goal out of nowhere. I'll be honest, I've watched Garnacho all season, and this game, his substitute cameo was the worst I've seen of him all season. All season. I've not seen a worse performance from Garnacho this entire season. But guess what? People are going to forget that. There might be some of you watching this video right now thinking, Garnacho was amazing. Why? Why? Because he scored. Because he added one more goal to his GA list. So, just tell me this. What do you expect from a winger? Do you expect, number one, entertainment and output? Or is it either entertainment or output? I would say, regardless of what you think, you need both. Preferably entertainment first, because we're watching this for entertainment. Yes, goals should come, obviously. And Garnacho's finishing, like I say, sometimes is not bad. But you need to do way more. When you're bundling over the ball in a Premier League game, and it's not Man City we're playing, by the way. It's not Man City we're playing. It's not Liverpool we're playing. It's not Arsenal we're playing. It's not even Crystal Palace we're playing. We're playing Leicester. We're playing Leicester. And the fact that we won 3-0, yes, it was a very good performance. But it shows you the level of the team that we were playing. It wasn't good. So, guys, all I'm saying is, that was the game. 3-0 against Leicester at Old Trafford. That is the perfect way for Ruud to sign off. And I'll be honest again, I'll repeat this again. I do not want to see him in the coaching staff because The football we played particularly wasn't amazing, but today I'm not too concerned about the football. You know why? Because it's just Ruud's last game, and it's just a game that we needed to secure 3 points. We got 3 goals as well. That's a bonus, and I'll take that because I will only start judging from Amorim's games. This Ruud cycle was just an in between, and we can just skip through this very easily. We want to move to the next field. We want to move to the next part of this journey, and that is Amorim. Once he takes over, then what is he going to do? And that is what we're going to look out for, guys. We won 3-0. Amazing result. One of the most comfortable games I've seen of United in the last 2 years. And this is what we want to see. We want to see more of these games where it doesn't really matter how you play, but you just want to feel comfortable throughout the game. It's like the second we took the lead, I was like, yeah, we won. That was the game. Man United 3, Leicester 0. Absolutely amazing victory. Let's move on to Amorim Ball next week after the international break. I'll probably be having a video coming out about Amorim very soon, about what to expect from his teams and just in general what expectations are. So see you all for that one next week.